Hello and welcome back to GLBC Connections. Today we reach the culmination of the Apostle Paul's first letter to the church at Corinth. I am Scott the intern, and we are here to discuss chapter 16. In chapter 16, we glean three different instructions from the Apostle Paul to the church at Corinth. The first one deals with giving to the Lord's people. The second one deals with treating people with respect that are doing the Lord's work and sharing the gospel with the people. And the final one is to urge people to join others in service to the Lord. Paul opens up by talking about the special collection that he took in Galatia, and he is asking the church at Corinth to do the same thing. He is trying to raise money for the persecuted and impoverished Christians living in the city of Jerusalem. This request is accompanied by instructions on how families can save money, and he is requesting that they set aside an amount of money on the first day of each week in proportion to the blessings the Lord has bestowed upon that family in the previous week. This instruction from Paul serves three purposes. One, as a reminder to people to actually give. Second, to the urgency of the need for giving. And finally, it maximizes the giving potential. This concept still applies in the modern church today as Christians are reminded to set aside a portion of their income on a weekly basis to share the blessings of the Lord with others before it is spent upon personal desires. As to the second point, we find Paul writing this letter in Ephesus, talking about a visit to Corinth by way of Macedonia. However, Paul is encouraged by the progress of his ministry in Ephesus in the face of opposition, and in his stead has decided to send Timothy on to Corinth. He has instructed the church at Corinth to treat Timothy well and with respect, so that he may return in peace. Finally, in familiar Pauline fashion, he closes out his letter with a set of quick instructions. First, in verse 13, he warns the church to be on their guard. He asks them to stand firm in the faith, to be strong, and to be courageous. And in verse 14, asks them to do everything in love. In verses 15 and 16, Paul is urging the church to join those who have devoted themselves to the service of the Lord's people, and he gives a few examples of fellow Corinthians in Stephanus, Fortunatus, and Acacius, when they joined Paul and were able to refresh his spirit as well as the others. As we reflect on this part of Scripture, we are reminded to give in proportion to the blessings the Lord has given to us. We are also asked to treat people with kindness and respect, including those who are doing the Lord's work. And finally, we are urged to join those who are providing a service to the Lord's people. Well, that completes my fourth and final video in this GLBC connection series on 1 Corinthians. I really enjoyed putting these together, and I hope you enjoyed listening and learning along with me. I look forward to serving Grand Ledge Baptist Church during the rest of this internship. God bless you all. Scott the intern, out.